Welcome, everybody, to the Wednesday Night Warriors episode number 10. We've hit a milestone. In this episode, stay tuned towards the end. I've got a bunch of counters for you. I've went back and done my research on all 10 episodes, all 10 weeks. We've got a lot of funny shit that we've kept track of that we will tell you about at the end of this episode. But for now, I am Romeo Anthony Colon, the pride of New York, the pony, some might call me for short. This is Chris G. He's got his co-host. How are you doing, good friend?
I'm great. Mary Jane is great. We're fucking fantastic.
We cover AEW Dynamite, WWE NXT. We go over both shows. We tell you which was the better show of the evening. And we are covering August 5th, 2020. Before we get into that, make sure you like this video. Subscribe if you're new here. We cover all kinds of wrestling here on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. Share this video with your wrestling friends and leave a comment. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our assessments. Last week, AEW, NXT, me and Chris disagreed. It was up to you, the viewers, to break the tie. And you broke it in convincing fashion on the True Heels group page. 14-2 votes. NXT got squat. I thought it'd be a lot closer than that. AEW now leads the Wednesday Night Warriors show here. They have 5 shows. NXT has 3. And we have 1 measly tie. Let's start AEW. Dark Order versus The Elite and FTR. This is a 12-man tag as they just keep getting bigger and bigger every week. Of course, Rick Knox is the referee backstage. He saw the card lineup. He was like, I got this one, guys. I got this one. This is his specialty. Did you listen to the crowd in this match? The crowd of wrestlers. This is the first time that I've really noticed this. I don't know if it's something new. Very annoying. Very annoying. Just constant, incoherent yelling. Cheer if you want, boo if you want, chant if you want, but don't open up your mouth like you're at the dentist and go, ah. Watch it back. It's so fucking annoying. You're not going to watch them the same now. When you notice this.
No, the crowd did kind of sound a little off, but it's better than WWE. When you
Real crowds don't do this.
Well,
they don't sit there and go, ah.
I mean, would you rather wrestle to silence?
No, cheer, boo, or chant. Or go, yay. Ah, what is that?
This isn't fucking Japan, guy. They don't follow instructions like that.
All right, enough of that. We're already going off the rails. This is going to be a great episode.
Where's my drink?
Dax gets fake injured on a move from his partner. Cash and Hangman walk him out, so it's 6-on-3 for a little bit. Hangman returns much later. Brody eventually pins Hangman with a discus clothesline. Dark Order wins with the unfair advantage. It's the only way they'll win nowadays. Last 5 minutes for me in this match were rough. No opportunity to absorb anything. It's just 90 miles an hour car crash. All of it doesn't matter. The only move I remember is the last one. What about you? You loved this match, didn't you?
I fucking love this match. But it's because it started off as the fucking typical 12-man car crash. By the way, next week I think they're having an 18-man tag, so we should be able to look forward to that. I think they just added a couple random jabronis to the Elite to have that match. But anyway, it was a car crash in the beginning. I loved it. But then when it slowed down with the FTR injury and Dark Order fucking Stu Grayson looked good. Alan Angel's taking a hell of a beating, but he be doing some amazing shit in the ring too. Once it slowed down, it really got my attention. And, Hangman coming back and just getting that second win and just going all over the place. How can you not love that shit? How could you not love that cowboy shit?
Because I'm the Puerto Rican James Cornette.
Oh, man, that's not a double entendre. You hate yourself. That means you hate yourself. I like the little stare down with Hangman and Brody, where Hangman basically threw Alan Angels in the corner and told Brody, come get some bitch. And number 9, I think that's his number in the Dark Order, was dressed like he was going to a fucking bar mitzvah. I don't know what this guy's doing in the ring with the Dark Order. Well, I guess somebody got to get beat up.
NXT. We start with Rhea Ripley versus Dakota Kai. The winner will be the number one contender for Io Shirai. Commentary reminds us back how Rhea Ripley didn't put Dakota Kai on her War Games team, which started Dakota's path of darkness. So very good to remember that, remind the viewer, because I forgot. By the way, whatever happened to Raquel? She's not here at Dakota's side.
I think she was banned from ringside.
Okay, all right, I might have missed that. Rhea was so in control of this and dominating this match that I knew she was going to lose. And Mercedes Martinez interferes, dirty finish, attacks Rhea. This is dating back to the Robert Stone brand beef with Rhea Ripley. Kai wins. 44% of you viewers picked Dakota to win. Post-match beatdown on Rhea Ripley from Mercedes Martinez. Rhea's bleeding in the nose. It'll be Dakota versus Io. And I guess we're heading to Rhea versus Mercedes as well.
Yeah, this was a really good match. I thought the same way, though. As soon as I seen Rhea dominating for the first portion of the match, I'm like, oh, she's going to lose. But the only question was, how is she going to lose? I think the finish, in this case, the dirty finish works. Dakota should be the next challenger for Io. And I don't mind Mercedes Martinez getting some heat, interfering in the match. And now there's a little feud with her and Rhea. It's good all around. I was surprised at the match, though. The commercial kind of threw me off, like usual.
As always.
At the end of it, the match is good.
Later on in the show, I'll just say it here. Robert Stone says Rhea Ripley may be done with the Robert Stone brand, but the Robert Stone brand is not done with Rhea Ripley. Robert Stone was feeling himself when he said this. Jon Moxley cuts a nice pre-tape promo begging Darby Allin to stay down when he has a chance later on in the night, knowing that Jon Moxley himself wouldn't stay down. I like this segment from Moxley.
Yeah, I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to get Mox.
He's getting a lot of promo time, a lot of creativity.
He is, but it's him. You know, he's being himself. We really didn't get to see that, so now I'm starting to appreciate it. It's just unfortunate that MJF is just on a fucking roll.
NXT Thick Boy, Bronson Reed versus Shane Thorne. This stems from Thorne tweeting negative things about Reed's big win going into the ladder match at TakeOver. Good. Keep making these filler matches at least have some kind of meaning, you know? Reed wins. Thorne looked decent. Nothing much than that.
Thorne looked good. I forgot he still had a fucking job, though. But it was good to see him out there. I mean, if you're trying to give Bronson some momentum going into the ladder match, they should have just been a little squash. Not, a nice showing on Thorne's part. It was nice to see him have a good showing, but it wasn't necessary. You needed Bronson to just squash him and keep that momentum going.
AEW Santana and Ortiz versus Chuck and Trent, best friends. This is more my style of AEW tag team match. Much more enjoyable, in my opinion, than the first match. That's just my style. Trent with the roll-up on Ortiz. Best friends win. Yeah.
It was another kind of car crash in the beginning, and it turned into a more traditional tag. It was a good match, though. There's nothing to say. Two good tag teams really going at it. Nothing out of the ordinary for AEW Dynamite.
Legado del Fantasma. They jump Breezango in the parking lot. Fandango is abducted. There go the abductions again. MJF with his campaign update, berating his workers. He's winning so far 100% to 0%. That's amazing. Says it would suck to have to beat the 125-pound emo kid for the title instead of Jon Moxley. You'd hate to see it.
He's on fire, man. We deserve better.
We deserve better. # Matthew Hardy is in the ring. Talks about his goals in AEW. Talks up Private Party. Says he tried to help Sammy Guevara, but Sammy didn't want it. Sammy tries to jump him. Well, Matthew knew he'd come. They brawl. Matt is laid on a table. Sammy launches a chair at full speed from maybe 4 to 5 feet away from him at Hardy's head. Hardy is cut very badly. Lots of blood. Crimson mask. Sammy with an awesome front flip from the stage through the table. And Reby Hardy is pissed off on Twitter. I saw her Snapchat. She was watching with all three of her sons, so that must have been very terrifying for the Hardy boys of the future. By the way, Matt Hardy already with a bloody shirt ready for sale. AEW is quick with those t-shirts.
Oh my God. I thought that was Pedro Martinez in his prime. He chucked that chair at him so hard, and you could tell on impact, like it hit him the wrong way. That flip looked like it hurt too, because I don't know how many times he rotated in the air, but it was enough.
Very nicely though.
It was dope. It was dope. I mean, it was a good segment, and the blood really just added to it. But I'd like to thank Sammy G for giving me material for Joyce and Jabronis.
Being the reporter that I am, I will tell you that according to Brian Alvarez of Wrestling Observer Radio, Guevara was given a stern talking to after the segment by people backstage who were said to be unhappy with the spots. Sammy reportedly was not supposed to throw the chair at Hardy full force as he did. Hardy got about 10 stitches.
Yeah, it was a little excessive. And he already got a little heat on him probably. So.
Oh, you think?
Well, I don't know. You got that true heel.
1 step forward, 2 steps back.
Oh, man.
NXT. Triple threat Damian Priest versus Oney Lorcan versus Rich Holland, the debuting Rich Holland. The winner gets into the ladder match at TakeOver for the vacated North American Championship. Priest wins, decent match, and I thought Rich Holland was impressive. I like his moveset.
Yeah, he didn't look. I didn't know what to expect, honestly, but he didn't look that bad. Can move for guys his size. Damian Priest, he needs new theme music. What the fuck was he coming out to? Like, today was the first time, like, I really heard it, and I was like, nah, this ain't it, pal.
No Bobski.
No, absolutely not. It's the opposite, total opposite. I like how it started. Another car crash. It was a car crash triple threat in the beginning. But it was a really good match. Oney Lorcan, I'm excited to see what he has to say about it on Twitter. All caps.
I think he said something along the lines of, "I got my ass kicked."
Well, at least he's being honest. With smoke to that, he's being honest.
Santana and Ortiz, they vandalized Sue's minivan in true Bronx fashion. This is Trent's mother's van, if you forgot. They graffiti on the hood, they write Sue's name, and they exit out. Santana says, "Tell your moms we said what's good."
I don't know. Somebody tells me that it's on site. You ain't telling me to tell my moms what's good. Not in New York, son.
Pat McAfee and Adam Cole have made up, according to a tweet. They shook hands, and a handshake in the COVID era? Whew, that's got to mean something, right? I'm afraid I've got some bad news. AEW. John Silver and Alex Reynolds of the Dark Order versus Zack and Cody, or Cody and Matt Cardona, as he's called now. Always ready, Matt Cardona. He better be ready to be going somewhere else after these 5 appearances are up. This AEW run. This match, to me, very boring seeing the television champion, the TNT champion, get double teamed by, in my opinion, 2 J Bros. J Bros. Yes, I said that. Cody must really love these 2 guys to let them get so much offense on him. He's the TNT champion. He's beating all these indie darlings week after week. He's blood and guts all the time. Hot tag to Cardona. Cardona also gets his ass handed to him a little bit by these 2. Eventually, Cardona wins it with the radio silence. Dark Order back to their losing ways. That win streak lasted about 30 minutes. After the match, Scorpio Sky meets Cody at the ramp at the stage, staring at his title, implying he wants next.
I understand giving them so much offense so you can try to get the hot tag for Cardona. But, yeah. I mean, I just feel like Cody just wants to make everybody look good. You know? Just fuck me up. Just, I'm going to make you, kid. Just beat the shit out of me. But it is what it is. It was, a nice little tag match. Cardona looked tanned. Who the fuck gave this guy pyro? Who decided to give this fucking guy pyro? You tell me in what fucking universe does Matt Cardona deserve pyro? I'm sorry. But the pyro that he got, it's fucking expensive, yo. For 5 appearances?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Come on.
Keith Lee versus Cameron. Confident Grimes. Grimes, this was a bad day. Grimes is not going to get a lot in on a very pissed off Keith Lee. Keith Lee wins with the Spirit Bomb. They go about 12 and a half minutes. The lights dim. We hear spooky language. It's Scarlett talking. Crosses backstage. He warned us. He warned us people were going to pay. He chokes out Danny Burch. Some kind of liquid comes out of his mouth. I don't know if it's saliva, but it looked very weird. It looked green. Bodies laid out backstage. They include Oney Lorcan. Oh, Oney Lorcan got his ass kicked twice.
Yeah. He went full Liam Neeson and just went taking on everybody.
What's funny is that Keith Lee is ready to fight him. It's just William Regal has to make the match.
Yeah.
So he's sending a message to the wrong guy.
He's trying to send a message to both of them. Yeah. He's like, hey, William, I'm going to beat up all your fucking half your roster until you book the match. And Lee, you better be afraid because I'm beating up half the roster.
Well, as we know.
I like the way they're making him look. They should make him look like that. But if he goes against Keith Lee and he fucking loses, what is it all for?
All for nothing. Well, William Regal, as I said last week, does not negotiate with terrorists. William Regal says Dexter Lumis is out of the big ladder match due to injury. Maybe he shouldn't have tried that somersault off the top rope. What do you think? Huh? That was very badly edited.
Yeah, definitely not. And maybe he should have just not won, and they should have just let Finn.
So, William Regal says that everyone that wasn't pinned in these matches will take on each other in singles matches, and the 2 winners will be added to the match. So that includes Gargano, Balor, Holland, and somebody to come next week. And then it's time for a debate, Super Wednesday. Very political intro. The guest moderator, is Eric Bischoff. I'm back. And better than ever. Back on TNT for the first time in over 20 years. Orange isn't really interested in this at first. Jericho just tears into him. Then Bischoff asks about global sea levels, and Jericho couldn't care less about that. Orange then drops mad knowledge on us about this. Jericho is perplexed. Chris was a master here on the mic and with his facials. Orange gets serious on the last question. He says, the biggest match of their careers next week. What's Jericho going to do if he loses to the guy who puts his hands in his pockets? Bischoff declares Orange the winner of the debate. Jericho's not pleased. Hager beats up Orange. Judas Effect knocks out Orange cold. What do you think about the debate?
I loved it. I was happy to see Eric Bischoff out, man. I'm happy he's like kind of back in wrestling. It's probably a one-off, but yeah, it was just cool to see him back on TNT. Very nostalgic. The perfect amount of nostalgia. I like how Orange Cassidy went full Frank the Tank in Old School, where he just like took a deep breath and had a whole rebuttal for a subject nobody seen coming. That was a nice touch. Jericho's the man. You know he was going to do his thing. I really like Orange Cassidy turning it up at the end and talking about, exactly what you're going to be known as the guy that loses to the guy that wrestles with his hands in his pockets. Like, it's just making me a believer. I'm a guy that I didn't know, and I didn't believe in Orange Cassidy at first. And now I love the guy. So it's good shit. Good shit, pal.
They got Odell Fantasma, the Dragon Fandango around in the arena. Santos Escobar, so gangster here. He's talking English with Spanish, talking about how they disrespected Lucha Libre. Tyler Breeze comes down, he gets beat up too. Santos threatens Swerve Scott. I love this.
This guy, every week that we see them, is just fire every time. I love it. We'll get into it later. They're not a cartel yet, but they could become one. We'll get into it later.
It's pretty cartelish.
We'll get into it later. We'll save it for later.
All right. Britt Baker's in the Michael Jordan jersey. She picks Reba to face Big Swole. Reba doesn't like it. Rebel, excuse me. What am I calling her? We learned that she was the youngest ever Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. Fuck them boys. Rebel tries, Rebel fails. Not a lot of time for the AEW women tonight. What do you think?
It's a nice little moonsault. It was a nice little moonsault. I kind of have a crush on Rebel, so I don't mind. But
by the way, go ahead.
No, it was what it was. It was a good little squash and way to keep progressing the storyline between Swole and Britt Baker. I will say, out of all the segments or out of all the time that they've had building towards the storyline, this is probably like the weakest segment, even though it was like the only one that included a match.
By the way, the Deadly Draw tournament is on YouTube. So far, the first night was on Monday. Didn't watch. I heard Ariane and Nyla lost to Tay Conti, formerly of NXT, and Sarah J. It doesn't sound important to AEW, which means it's not important to me. The women, some people say, well, the women get their own show. They get their own time. Shut up. Put it on TV if it's important.
Sure, her name was Sarah J.
Anna J, excuse me. Why did I think of Sarah J? Who's Sarah J?
I know who Sarah J is.
Anna J, sorry.
Oh, shit.
These women are so meaningless. I'm just botching their names.
Oh, man.
By the way, Ariane Cameron, you said if they lose or if there's somebody else, what a waste.
What a fucking waste, but I guess they needed women.
Not signed, by the way, not signed.
Yeah, whatever. I'm less upset about it now. She's not signed. It is what it is.
Tegan Knox versus Indy Hartwell. Tegan dominance. This was filler.
Yeah, but keep Tegan looking strong.
Oh shit! Main event time. Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship. Mox bloodies Darby's mouth early on. Blood and guts. Wardlow and MJF interrupt this good match. MJF with the World Championship nails Mox in the head with it. Mox gets busted open. Blood and guts. Coffin drop for a good near fall. Mox eventually with the paradigm shift for the win. But Darby showed a lot of heart here. MJF is salty watching backstage. Mox helps Darby sit up, giving him respect. Mad respect. Cool moment. Cool ending to AEW.
Yeah, I liked it. It was a good match. They beat the shit out of each other. Darby bleeding. Mox eventually bleeding. Blood and guts. I love it. But, and it's like the hard way, too. Like, these guys are just hitting each other hard. Fuck it. You're going to bleed. I'm going to bleed. Let's bleed. But, it is what it is. I'm looking forward to the storyline going on with MJF and Mox, because now Mox wants to kill him.
Pat McAfee on commentary. NXT, main event time also. Imperium versus Fish and Kyle O'Reilly for the tag team championships. Imperium theme. Bobski or no Bobski?
It's classic. I'll give it
That's a fucking Bobski. It's a classic Bobski is what it is.
Yeah, you throw a little trap in it. We'll see. Maybe I can work with it.
This match is more about the drama at ringside, which is a shame with these two tag teams. Cole is on the outside. He can't stop staring down McAfee at the announce table. Apparently, McAfee keeps saying short or tiny on commentary, and Adam Cole can hear it. These guys shook hands earlier. Cole comes over, basically saying he can hear shit. Cole throws water in Pat's face. He's held back by Roderick Strong and officials. Imperium, they take advantage of the distraction to win. Dirty finish. HBK and Triple H come out to calm things down with officials between McAfee and Cole. And then McAfee just has it. He says Cole will always be a tiny, itty-bitty little bitch. Cole is held back by everyone on the announce table. McAfee then punts him. McAfee, a way better punt than Randy Orton's. He's a professional punter. This is not No offense to Randy. No offense. Eventually, Triple H today was on ESPN making the challenge for a match at TakeOver 30 between McAfee and Cole. And it's official. It will happen. Your thoughts?
Well, I'm not excited for the match, but you could say whatever you want about Pat McAfee. That man is a fucking heel. He is funny. He's obnoxiously funny. I like him. He just, I mean, I hate that it has to be Adam Cole and at the expense of the Undisputed Era, but no, it is what it is. Who did Pat McAfee have to blow to get this type of position going into NXT TakeOver 30? Because they haven't seen this man in months, and he comes back and he's having a match with Adam fucking Cole. He just walked into Vince's office and was like, "Hey, pal, how you doing?"
They did get a lot of attention on social media. Triple H was on ESPN too. I forgot the name of the show, but he was on ESPN making this challenge. I don't want to see Pat McAfee wrestle, but the only way I could see any of this being fun is if McAfee brings in some retired NFL players, that notable NFL players, to be on his side against Cole and Undisputed Era. But any names that Pat McAfee brings are gonna be bigger than him, you would think, because Pat McAfee is not a big NFL name. He's a good punter, but and a punter is the most looked down upon position on the football field.
Bro, he played on the Colts. He's going to have to come with Peyton fucking Manning in this corner, and it's going to make Pat McAfee look like a nobody. I had read about Pat McAfee training years ago, or start training years ago. So who knows if this guy's been low-key training people, and the
He's going to surprise us like
him.
Dominic.
Yo, you never know. Dominic surprised me. You never know. Pat McAfee might have something. I wouldn't put my money on it, but you never know.
The ratings are in. AEW wins again. They hit 901,000 viewers. They're up 128,000 viewers from last week. NXT had 753,000, up 46,000 from last week. This is the first time AEW has hit 900K since March 18th. AEW wins this week by 148K. Both shows up, though. AEW now in the ratings war, 35-8-1.
Yep, just keep running it up. Run the numbers up, baby.
This is the best total viewership on a Wednesday since February 16th. That was before COVID. I want to thank Dave B. Rosenberg on Twitter for these amazing stats. Dave Meltzer says this is the first time AEW beat Raw in the 18-34 demo. I looked it up. They beat the first hour of Raw. They tied the second hour of Raw. And they lost to the third hour of Raw, which was, of course, Raw Underground. And while we're on the topic, we don't talk Raw here, but what did you think of Raw Underground?
I'm in the minority. Was it executed great? No. But do I like the concept? Absolutely. The potential of this can be amazing. And just the fact that they started in a fucking underground, raunchier direction gives me a little bit of hope for WWE, which I haven't had in maybe a fucking year or so. So I dug it. And I'm happy for Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin and MVP. Those are three guys that I always liked in their career, and I'm glad they're fucking getting some shine. The Hurt Business, I mean, whatever. I could have thought of a different name, but I like it.
I gotta say, I agree with everything you just said there. Look at that shit. We agree. 10th episode. So I've got some statistics that I spoke about earlier. Dirty finish counter for the first 10 episodes we've done. I calculated tonight's episode also in it. Who do you think has more dirty finishes?
NXT.
You're right. But it's not by that much. It's 12-10 NXT in dirty finishes.
Well, I feel like AEW had a lot of dirty finishes lately. Last few weeks, you've been seeing a lot more. But in the beginning, there wasn't a lot.
Bait and switches. Who do you think has more?
NXT.
They do. They have 2. AEW has 0.
Yeah.
The abduction counter.
Woo!
NXT has 5. AEW does have 1.
So, all right, are all 5 Legado del Fantasma?
No. Remember that guy Dexter Loomis?
Oh, that's right. He abducted somebody once or twice. Just once, just Roddy.
I don't have the specifics in front of me, but it's 5 for NXT total.
Well, Legado del Fantasma needs at least 4 more abductions to be considered a cartel. I don't know. I can't tell you if that's a real fact or not, but I read it somewhere.
Car crash counter. I calculated these. NXT has 3. AEW has 13.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say 30. I was gonna be like, yeah, that's it.
Blood and guts counter. This is every time someone has bled on screen. Obviously, AEW has a lot more. AEW has 8. NXT has 1.
We're gonna look into the numbers. I'm pretty sure Cody's responsible for 60% of that.
Cody and Moxley and Darby Allin. If he's not bleeding, he's making someone else bleed. I kept track of women segments.
Ooh.
You know NXT loves the women more. And they do. They have 44 women segments. AEW, how many do you think they have if NXT has 44?
I'm going to go with 32.
24.
Whoa, really?
Tag team matches. You know AEW loves the tag teams. They have 26 tag team matches. NXT, 12. Championship matches. Championship matches. AEW double the championship matches of NXT, 14-7. I have a curses counter. This is for every segment that has a curse. AEW, 15. NXT, 1.
And was that Keith Lee last week? Bullshit.
Alcohol counter. This is for every segment that has alcohol in it. AEW, 8. NXT, 3.
No way. I can count at least 8 times that fucking Hangman had a beer in his hand. At least. And that's not the only alcohol on this show. So no way.
The Raw and SmackDown invasion counter, NXT has 5. That means a talent from the main roster came down to NXT 5 times. The Matt Cardona counter, he only has 3 appearances left. I'm going to count those down.
Wait, so the first one was included in that 5? You think so? It wasn't, hey, come up here and then we sign you for 5 more?
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna. Wow.
Okay.
No, I think that. No, you got to sign him for it to appear. So I think that counts.
Okay.
Themed shows. AEW has 3. NXT has 2. AEW has another one coming up. Tag Team Appreciation Night. Vacant has won a championship 1 time. And 2 tank attacks. These are attacks by tank. Match of the night. Let's get familiar with what we're used to. I had the main event of AEW. Darby and Moxley.
I had the 12-man car crash in the beginning.
Color me shocked.
Oh, yeah.
MVP, I'm staying on the same note. I thought Darby Allin shined his efforts. John Moxley made him look really good.
I'm going to go with Orange Cassidy. Brought out something that I didn't think he had in him. So, even though he got knocked the fuck out with that elbow. But other than that, it's my MVP.
Jabroni of the night. I have 2. NXT, Adam Cole for getting punted by Pat McAfee and also blowing it for his undisputed era. They had a shot at the gold, and he just let his personal vendetta get in the way. And for AEW, Sammy Guevara for not knowing how to fucking properly throw a plastic chair at the proper speed. And now he's got a problem with Matt Hardy, who's got a receipt coming his way. And he's got a problem with Rebby Hardy, who might beat his ass on sight if she sees him.
You know what? I'm gonna have a top 3, and those 2 guys are gonna be part of it, because I wanted to put those guys as my jabroni of the night too. But I gotta put number 9 from the Dark Order. This guy's fucking dressed like he's there for a job interview. He's getting tossed around. What is the point of this guy? What is the number 9? You couldn't give him a different fucking number. Fuck.
Show of the night. Who did you have, Chris?
AEW Dynamite. Just better.
And I am going to agree with you. Man, oh man, it feels too sweet to be All Elite. AEW was the better show, much better than that trash they threw last week. NXT, much worse than what they did last week. But you can still vote, guys. I'm going to put that group poll in the True Heels group. Let's see if anyone has the balls to say NXT was a better show than AEW this week. I have the match of the night leaders for the first 10 weeks. In third place, there's a 3-way tie. And it's Hangman Page, Johnny Gargano, and the Lucha Bros, all with 3 match of the night votes. In second place, there's a 2-way tie. It's The Butcher and The Blade, and also Kenny Omega with 4 votes. And in first place, would you like to take a stab? Who do you think is first place most match of the night votes?
Young Bucks?
Yep. 5 votes. The Young Bucks on top of the match of the night leaderboard. MVP leaderboard. Tied for third place, we have 4. Dexter Lumis, Io Shirai, MJF, Tegan Knox all have 2 MVPs. In second place, Orange Cassidy with 3. And in first place, would you like to take a guess?
Nah, I can't even think of anybody.
Keith Lee with 4 votes for MVP. Jabroni of the night in third place, since you just gave him a vote. Adam Cole with 2. Second place, you also just gave him a vote here with me. Sammy Guevara with 3. Jabroni of the nights. And first place, I think you guessed this one.
Oh my god, this is... it's too obvious. It's as obvious as the Knicks not winning the championship.
Robert Stone with 7. Although we haven't called his name lately too much. He's on the rise.
He's on a substantial lead, though. I don't know.
He does have 7, yeah.
In 5 more episodes, when we do the counter, he might still be in the lead. We'll see.
All right, before we end this episode, let's look forward what's coming up next week. Kenny Omega, Hangman Page versus the Jurassic Express. I think I saw this was for the Tag Team Championship. You remember?
I don't think so. I didn't mention it. It might just be like a regular match.
Karrion Kross versus Danny Burch, the guy he choked out backstage. Evil Uno and Grayson versus the Young Bucks. And for the next 4 matches, let's do some predictions. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Cody versus Scorpio Sky for the TNT Championship.
Cody.
I'm gonna go Cody. Yeah.
Cody.
On NXT Triple Threat match, the winner gets into the ladder match. Kushida, where the fuck has he been? Cameron Grimes, Confident Grimes, and a mystery opponent. How dare they do this to Cameron Grimes? Always getting the short end of the stick. Who do you think?
I think Cameron Grimes is going to pull this off, but I'm not too sure who the...
That mystery guy scares the shit out of me.
I'll take a shot in the dark. Maybe the heat is blown over. I don't even know if he's still fucking employed by the company, but I'm going to say Velveteen Dream.
Whoa. Maybe he did like a suspension or something, and now he's ready to come back.
I mean, you never know.
That would really fucking suck for Cameron Grimes.
I think Cameron will go over. I think Grimes is going to win the match.
I'm going with the mystery guy. Damian Priest versus Bronson Reed. Thick boy. Who do you think wins this?
Shit, I don't know.
That is tough.
I'm
gonna say no contest.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. They just all run in and beat each other up.
And finally, Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy.
I think OC gets the win. Got a roll up.
I think so too. I think I'm gonna go Orange Cassidy. I don't think they have to keep making Chris Jericho look strong because I don't think they're gonna get their Jericho Mike Tyson match that they were hoping for. Mike Tyson's gonna face Roy Jones Jr. and he's gonna destroy him.
Yeah, he's gonna turn him into a vegetable. Poor Roy, man. He don't know when to fucking hang him up.
It's all about the money.
We're not a sports show, and we actually talk about sports. Motherfuckers gotta take notes. Shit, don't get me started.
All right, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram, the Pride of NY, the Pony. You can find me, True Rewind, on this channel, True Heel Heat. Every Monday or Tuesday, we go over the Monday Night War of old, where in 1995 we are suffering. Please join us. And Chris, where can they find you?
Guys can catch me on Instagram at spick_flair_woo 3 O's. Joints and Jabroni just dropped for the month of July. Thank you, Sammy, for giving me some material for August. So if there's any indication, this should be a good month. And yeah, man, I possibly may be on a True Heel Heat episode sooner or later. So
Nice.
We'll see.
You will have made it before I did. You are the bigger star, Chris. You are the bigger star.
Yeah, you make me look good.
So, reminder, please like this video, share, comment, subscribe, and also the True Heels Facebook group page where we will put up a poll and you can agree with us or disagree with us on AEW being the better show for tonight. So, for Chris G, I am Romeo. We will see you again next week on the Wednesday Night Warriors. Thank you for watching.